this thing on? Testing.
Sweet and sour sauce on my pussy.
I would make eat it, dude.
You ever heard that bit from Dane Cook?
No.
Where he used to work at the drive-thru at Burger King, and it's like some people go up to the order deal and they're just like loud as fuck. They're like, Whopper, fries! And then some people talk really low. It's Whopper, some fries. So he's like, ma'am, I can't hear you. I want a Whopper and a drink and a surprise. Ma'am, I can't hear you. Sweet and sour sauce on my pussy. So, that's a go-to phrase for me.
Yeah, that's got me thinking. My mind is reeling.
You're like, plans for later.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad combination, you know?
Like, babe, stop at the store on the way home.
Hey, you've been to Burger King, right? Do they even have sweet and sour sauce at Burger King?
I don't know. There's only one thing I ever get from there.
Whopper?
No, I think Whoppers are trash. It's their bacon cheeseburger. I don't like Burger King.
I like Burger King. Sometimes I'll stop there and get a Texas Double Whopper.
What's the difference?
It's a double Whopper with bacon and jalapenos on it.
Ooh.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, I don't know. I just bang for your buck on fast food burgers. I'm going Carl's Jr.
Man, I haven't been to Carl's Jr. in years. Mostly because the Carl's Jr. out here is fucking trash.
Yeah.
You go there and get like a moldy bun.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Wow. I have one on the way to work, so I stop there very, very frequently.
Oh, there is one right there by that Smith's, huh? Yeah, that's probably the last one I went to years ago.
They always do me right, man. They get my double breakfast burger on par every time.
So Carl's Jr. took over Hardee's, right?
In the Midwest, it's still Hardee's.
Dude, their sourdough bacon cheeseburger
Fucks.
would get me so hard.
I'm going to manifest 2 of them right now. It's not working. I tried.
You have to visualize that I'm full. I manifested that we already have them. We are already the type of people who have them, and I already ate it.
Yeah. You have to attract abundance.
Yeah.
You have to be in the mindset of the person who's capable of receiving it. Still want the fucking burger.
Me too. got me hungry out here.
Anyway, Doctor. Let's talk about some Red Shoe Club.
Yeah. Let's wild. We talked about getting into some secret society type stuff, and with the release of the Epstein files still, ongoing.
Release is a mighty strong word.
Yeah. It's out there in the ether about the Red Shoe Club.
It is out there, and it is a much more prevalent thing than I had really realized.
Yeah, it's really gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, to even think that it is a thing that people have done, but it's a much larger thing than you would want to think about it being, really.
And it's such a mainstream thing in the upper echelon of society that they're all doing it, all of them.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, these actors and these musicians, they can't be doing it. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The politicians, the fucking people in control of the stock markets, BlackRock, everybody.
Yeah, it really makes you think. So the Red Shoe Club, we'll try to just define it as basically as possible, is a club. It's like the upper echelons of the people who are in control, secret society, of these people who abduct and murder children,
among other things.
And the Red Shoe Club is a sect of these upper echelon people who take it a step further, and they will murder a baby and then skin the baby and then make shoes out of the baby's skin. So like baby leather shoes, which is awful.
I'm going to try to make it funny to distract from how horrible it is. Those shoes can't be that tough.
Right.
Like you scuff those J's, they're staying scuffed.
Yeah, look at my baby skin shoes.
This one is special. These are made from Inuits.
Real red.
Real red. That was the mark of high society, way back in the day, was having red dye to dye their leather shoes, because red dye was expensive and it was difficult to extract.
Right.
So it was the like marker of wealth and power.
Yeah, so there was actually, even in like medieval times, I guess I want to say, there was even laws that certain classes of people couldn't wear certain colors of like clothes or shoes. Red shoes were really first worn, I don't know about first worn, but like was a thing that the Pope would wear.
Yeah.
And
still does.
Yeah, still does wear red shoes, and it's supposed to signify the martyrdom or the blood of Christ. But it is like red in itself is a color that has psychological effects.
It does.
So like when you see the color red, it signifies either danger, warning, or it heightens awareness. So a lot of marketing agencies will use red for stuff like a lot of sports teams will use red because they say that it makes the other team feel scared or intimidated by the color. But like it's very eye-catching, so like they'll use it in marketing. So you'll see a lot of ads with red in the ad. But it has a psychological trigger that's catches your eye and it stands out more, so you pay more attention to it. But yeah, I think it's weird that colors themselves just evoke an emotional response or a neurological response.
Especially the color red, because that's my favorite color. Because I see red like these tripods, and I think there's like fire, passion, creativity. That's kind of what red evokes for me.
Yeah,
I don't see it as like a danger thing. It's to me, it's something else. And I kind of went on a little deep dive on different colors and how they affect your mentality in different ways, but it's also subjective from person to person, because you may see red and have that imminent danger feeling, but I see it and I feel something different. Same thing with blue or green or any other color.
Yeah, I think that my brain has been programmed to associate red with like love and passion, fire. I don't know if that's just I've been commercially trained by Valentine's Day to see red as like a color that symbolizes. But that's why they've used it in that, is because it naturally evokes those.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the song "Lady in Red," or in The Matrix, the woman in the red dress.
Right.
Red flags, which usually mean better passion.
Yeah.
The more red flags she got, the better the booty.
Really?
From my experience, yes. It's a grippy socks, grippy box thing.
Okay.
Someone's going to see that and go, that fucking asshole.
That misogynistic prick. I knew it.
These females out here.
All these females. So yeah, when you look up, so this is one thing, like we talked about doing this episode, and so I like looked up Red Shoe Society, Red Shoe Club. First thing that popped up was the Ronald McDonald
Yes.
Red Shoe Society.
I went down the fucking rabbit hole on that one.
Which I don't want to talk a whole bunch of, personally don't want to talk a whole bunch of shit about the Ronald McDonald House and shit like that, but it is involved. Like, it is within the sphere of this thing that we're talking about. And that's like the first thing, the major thing that pops up is the Ronald McDonald Red Shoe Society, and it's like a society of these, what do they call people that like raise money for things?
Yeah, they're charities.
Yeah, whatever. These people that raise money for charities and
Philanthropists.
stuff. Philanthropists, yeah. That raise money for the Ronald McDonald House, and but there's pictures of them online, and they are all wearing red shoes, and Ronald McDonald himself wears big red shoes. So within the sphere of this conspiracy theory, you go into the McDonald's thing, and it's like, okay, their sign says they serve 10 billion burgers a year or something like that.
Yeah. Some astronomical number.
Yeah. And it's like somebody did the math, and it said that there isn't enough cows on on the earth that would support 10 billion burgers a year. So what are they putting into this hamburger meat that they're selling 10 billion burgers of? Some people speculate that they're trafficked kids being put in the burgers.
Can there really be that many trafficked kids, though?
I don't know. That's a lot of fucking kids.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of mass to...
How much meat do you get off of a baby, really? It's like 7 pounds. Most of that is organs and bones. You get like 3 pounds of meat.
That was one that I had a hard time believing, just because of I've worked in food manufacturing, and I know what goes into a lot of food, and there's a lot of textured vegetable protein. Not just that, but most of the time these fast food chains or even canned foods, they're not using like the grade A cuts of cow. They're using byproducts. They're using like the fatty pieces of meat, and then they grind them up, and it's just low end meat.
That's why it tastes so good.
Oh my God, I fuck with McDonald's all day long, day. So I don't buy the McDonald's is feeding us people. Is it possible? Sure. I don't totally rule it out. I just can't give it the credence that a lot of people do.
Yeah. I don't, yeah. And on the sign it says 10 billion served. That doesn't mean that there's 10 billion burgers that have been served.
Yeah,
that
they
just
still have
means
filet of fish and fries.
Filet of fish, chicken nuggets. McDonald's operates in some countries where they don't even serve beef, like India.
McDonald's Sprite alone has got to count for like a third of that.
Oh, their Coca-Cola? Forget about it, dude.
Now, you could easily dispel that whole thing if you put it through that same lens of math, and you could say it would be shakes if the fucking machine ever worked.
Yeah, dude. I went to McDonald's. I stopped on at McDonald's last Thursday because the twins were here. They wanted McDonald's. Kara and Izzy were both at work. So I got off and stopped, and they're like, can we get a Big Mac and a shake? And I was like, every time, can I get a shake? And I was like, their shake machine doesn't fucking work, ever. So I stopped, and I was like, yeah, can I get a Big Mac and a vanilla shake? What else? And I was like, 7 shakes.
Just make a shitload of them. Empty the machine.
Actually got a shake from McDonald's. Probably the first time in 3 years, maybe.
I think I stopped asking like 5 years ago.
I think it was just because it was like right before St. Patrick's Day, and so like they had to have the Shamrock Shake going. I don't know.
That's fair. You know what? The lens I put the McDonald's thing through with the Red Shoe is McDonald's has a system that helps traffic kids. Somehow or another, you put them through the Ronald McDonald House. Like, it is the perfect way to cover up trafficking. Because not only do you have a restaurant that is like very pro children, you know, Happy Meal, the ball pits, all that stuff. Like, they're going to attract more children in, but then they have the Ronald McDonald House for helping families whose kids have health issues and things like that. It really is kind of the perfect cover to funnel funds into that. But naming it the Red Shoe Club for McDonald's is an even smarter ideal. Because have you ever heard of the Frozen, the Walt Disney Frozen conspiracy theory?
I have, but I can't remember what it is.
So there was a conspiracy theory forever that Walt Disney is still alive, but he's in Frozen.
Right, right.
Like in carbonite or whatever you call it. But they
Suspended animation.
Double entendre there.
Yeah.
But they created the movie Frozen, so when you Google Disney Frozen, you only get search results for the movie, and it just detracts from the whole thing. So Ronald McDonald Red Shoe Club detracts from the conspiracy part, because you got to go deep down the annals of Google to get to the meat and potatoes of it.
To find out that Walt Disney is cryogenically frozen, so that when we have the technology to reanimate people from frozen state, he'll be reincarnated. Yeah, I do recall that.
Did you ever watch Robot Chicken?
Yeah, when it first started coming out, yeah.
It's a skit. Do you remember, what was his name? Elian Gonzalez, the Cuban kid. It was a big news thing in Florida where like the SWAT team came in to get this kid to ship him back to Cuba to his father. This was like in the late 90s or early 2000s. Had to reach deep into the annals to remember that one. But in the skit, the like INS guys or whatever, they grab the kid and they're sending him back to Cuba, and somebody like says it in front of Walt Disney in his suspended animation, and he wakes up because he wants to feed off of this Cuban kid. And so his like his head on this giant mechanized spider body, and he's like trying to get to Cuba to take the kid back and shit, and it's like it turns into a King Kong thing.
See, even that is like, so they're just making like this thing that's funny, and it's like seems super outlandish, but where did he come up with the idea for Walt Disney to come alive and feed on this kid? Like, there's got to be something that's going on. You know, these people are making fun of celebrities and stuff like that, so why not take it to that point where, like, especially if you know what's going on. You know, Seth Green, I think, has also kind of been in on these files and shit like that.
Well, I mean, he was a child star,
right?
He still is,
right?
So, if any, I really believe that the child stars, especially the ones who end up fucked up later in life, they are part of that in some way, shape, or form,
right? And that's where one of the biggest claims for this Red Shoe group comes from is a child star, Macaulay Culkin.
Yep.
Who was supposedly, I haven't seen the interview myself. They said it's been taken off and scrubbed off the internet, but people saw it, and people claim to. What they say that he said in the interview was that he went into this casting agent's office or producer's office, and the guy was trying to become his legal guardian, so take control of his professional portfolio, and take it out of the hands of Macaulay Culkin's parents, claiming that he would do better business for him, and he'd get him all these roles, and so like Macaulay Culkin at the time is like 11 years old, I guess, and so he's talking to this guy, and the guy starts telling him like that he's a super handsome boy, and Macaulay Culkin said he just started getting weird, and then he pulls out a crack pipe and like sits it on his lap, and tells Macaulay Culkin if he really wants to become a big star, he's going to make him a big star, but there are certain things that he has to do or whatever. And he's like tapping his crotch with this crack pipe, like insinuating things. And Macaulay Culkin is like getting creeped out, and so he stands up and like tries to leave. So he runs out the door, and there's a guy standing outside in the hallway and grabs him and throws him back in the room. And the guy there is like sitting there again with him, like lights the crack pipe and then blows the smoke in his face, and then starts asking him if he remembers Heather O'Rourke.
Yeah, from Poltergeist.
And Happy Days. And he's like, yeah, I remember her. She died when she was young as a child actress. And the guy says that he was like, look at my shoes, and he's wearing red leather shoes, and he said, me and my friends made these shoes out of her skin. And basically it was telling Macaulay Culkin to do sexual acts with him, and Macaulay Culkin ends up like puking all over the guy's shoes and then running out, leaving.
Do you think he did this right before? He was like...
Right before what?
Right before he puked.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah. That's every shade of awful you can think of.
Yeah. So, I mean, as disgusting as that sounds, it doesn't seem far-fetced for these Hollywood fucking weirdos.
No, and I think what gives his story a little bit more credence is, so he's married to, I think her name is Brenda Song. She was on
Sweet Life. And that boat Disney show.
Yeah. So she was a Nickelodeon kid, and the fucking CEO of Nickelodeon is a well-documented creep.
Yeah.
So there's kind of some sense of like, you could see these two ending up together because they have a very similar shared trauma that they can bond over. So I think it just gives a little bit more push and credibility for his story.
Yeah.
And the fact that his career basically died after Home Alone 2 is even more proof.
Yeah.
And you'd like to think like, oh, maybe his parents said this industry's bad or whatever. No, his parents were fucking thieves. They stole from him.
Yeah.
So it literally, his career just died after that.
Or maybe he wasn't, he didn't take the bait, and so he didn't get the roles pushed his way.
He didn't do what that guy wanted him to do, and his career suffered because of it.
He didn't smoke that pipe.
Either one.
Yeah. Good job, Macaulay. So yeah, that's one of the main stories that really puts this Red Shoe Club out there as a real thing. Did that really happen or not? I don't know.
If I was going to just put my stamp on it, I would say yes, it happened.
Oh yeah. Me personally, I think that it 100% happened.
Undoubtedly.
Can I prove it? Unfortunately, the people who are in charge of these things that want to keep the secret society secret have the power to manipulate what's on the internet and what gets out there.
And it's like, for a guy who's been quiet his whole life about abuse of children in Hollywood, that also helps credibility, because it wasn't until he was around 40 years old that he finally told this story. It's not like Feldman, who's been lying about shit his whole fucking life, and nobody cares. Nobody tries to censor him because everybody knows he's full of shit.
Yeah.
But this guy has just been quiet about it his whole life. He was intertwined with Michael Jackson for so long. This is like the arbiter of truth when it comes to things that happen to kids in pop culture, essentially.
Yeah. Was it you that was telling me about like some theory that was talking about Michael Jackson was actually trying to protect all these kids that were being trafficked?
I saw something about it, and I didn't delve too deeply into it, but that was something Macaulay Culkin alleged, was that Michael was actually trying to help these kids.
Yeah.
Or was he just trying to keep them for himself?
Yeah. He was just saw, these people are doing it, why can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because have you watched Leaving Neverland?
No.
I do recommend it. It is interesting, just to see like the psychological aspect of everybody's perspective. But the things that are alleged in there, I 100% believe. And why would these guys who are, you know, in their 40s and they have families and stuff like that, why are they out here like trying to perpetuate this nonsense story? You know, there's really nothing to gain from it. All they have dealt with is like criticism and ridicule for it. Mm-hmm. So they're out here still trying to tell their story and say, look, Michael was not the Michael you think. So, and one of the guys at the end, I can't remember if he had the Thriller jacket and the glove or one or the other. It's been so long since I saw it. He could have sold this thing for fucking who knows how much, but he burned it. Literally like put it in a fireplace and fucking Zippo fluid, lit it on fire. So there's credence there. I would have sold it.
Me too. Yeah.
Hey babe, you want a house? Look at this jacket.
Yeah. I definitely would have sold it. As gross as that is, I would take the money.
I like get paid for your anguish.
Yeah.
It's like you got butt fucked and no money, or you get butt fucked and have money
And
to buy a
have
house.
some money. Might as well take the money. I can see why there would be a lot of intent to do like, fuck this shit, dude. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
But get rid of it in a way that's going to make me money and I don't have to worry about it either way. Like,
Yeah. I never have to see this thing again, and I bought a house.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of celebrities. You watch them walk on the red carpet. That also has significance.
Going back to the Ronald McDonald thing, do you remember the commercial of the Ronald McDonald shoes? It's like the Ronald McDonald shoes are animated and they start dancing.
Oh yeah.
And so there was that story, and I haven't looked into this for like a week, so I'm going to butcher some of it. But there was the story of the little girl who put on the red shoes, and the shoes made her dance, and she kept dancing for days on end until she was exhausted and couldn't take it anymore. So her mother took her down to the local priest, and the priest cut off her feet at the ankle, and the shoes kept dancing. This is like hundreds of years ago or whatever. But it's so weird. I mean, it could just be like a 1 in a billion coincidence that this commercial was made with Ronald McDonald's tap dancing shoes versus the story from hundreds of years ago with the dancing shoes. Connect that together with the Ronald McDonald Red Shoe Club and Ronald McDonald House, and it just spells that there's some weird shit going on.
Yeah. Like I said, there's so many of these stories that are just like, they could be coincidental, but like there's so many things that tie these little ties together that it's almost like a slap in the face of like they're showing us in plain sight like what they're actually doing and making fun that we don't know about it, and like it's gross.
Well, I think you could look at this situation or UFO disclosure or big pharma and their actual like real solving of medical issues, like real cures for cancer and all that. I think they put all that shit out there in little nuggets as soft disclosure, but part of that is like, you can't do a fucking thing to us, so
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if you know the truth?
Yeah. And you watch it like on the Oscars or the Grammys or whatever, and you see like these huge stars that are performing, and a lot of the times certain performers will have red shoes. Like at a certain point in their career, they'll come out and they'll have these red shoes. Mm-hmm. And in the conspiracy theory circles, that signifies that they've made it to a certain level within the occult class of this secret society where they've, and to get the shoes, you're the one that has to make the sacrifice. So you kill the person and then have the shoes made yourself.
Did you see the video of Angelina Jolie talking about ritual sacrifice?
No.
It was like, it was at a house somewhere, but it's her and like 2 other people in the room, and she's just talking about it like it's a normal thing. But the phone that's recording it is kind of like off to the side, and she ends up looking at it once or twice, like as though she doesn't care that she's being recorded. But she's talking about these ritual sacrifices that also have these like sex acts in the middle of them. And around the time that was filmed was like when she started really coming up in the world, you know, as an actress anyway. That one right there just creeped me the fuck out. Because when they talk about the Red Shoe Club, it's not just about, you know, like the rape and murder of babies and stuff like that, but they also talk a lot about ritual sacrifice. Yeah. Even the incident outside of CERN, did you hear about that one? Where it's the people who work at CERN were outside the building doing like this ritualistic thing, you know, with the robes and the hoods and everything. The fuck? What? And then they go, oh yeah, it was a joke. No, it's not.
Well, yeah, the CERN, even like in front of the CERN building or the CERN facility is a big statue of Hindu god Shiva, I think, the one with the arms and stuff. And they're saying that their main focus in that CERN facility is trying to open a gateway into another dimension. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of talk about like they do practice rituals there commonly. Yeah. But even like all of NASA and like all of the space missions that they've done, they've all been like they have patches and insignia of like Greek gods and Greek symbolism. I
mean, look at the Apollo missions. Apollo, the Greek god, and the missions to go to the moon were all Apollo missions.
Yeah. Well, all the missions that NASA's done, allegedly, they have these patches that signify like different dimensions and different gods, and like they say that they do these rituals. And even the first moon mission where they landed on the moon, the first thing they did was they went out and did a Masonic ritual on the moon. And so like technically the moon is now a Masonic lodge. Yeah, apparently.
I'm sure the reptiles on the inside were like, look at this fucking guy.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Nah, bruh. Stay in your lane.
Maybe that's why they didn't go back. They weren't welcome to come back. They're like, manifest destiny my ass.
You can manifest yourself back into your ship and get the fuck out of here. This is our block.
I mean, my tail,
They must be the Crips. The reptilians on the moon must be the Crips, because the Red Shoe people are going to be the Bloods.
I guess. Gang rivalry in space.
That's the next step. That's evolution right there. Holding their laser guns to the side and shit.
I think they've evolved past laser guns and they just fucking blow your head off.
I think some of them, yeah. Speaking of aliens, a little side note. Did you see the thing Chris Bledsoe was saying about Easter?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So we're going to see if the Messiah comes back in 2 weeks.
I guess we will. Yeah, I've seen a few different people talking about Easter 2026 being something happening.
Yeah. I've also heard about something really big happening in 2027. So we'll see.
Is he talking about Space Jesus now too?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But the 2027s come from a bunch of different sources. That it's like Linda Moulton Howe talks about it. And even she's like, I don't know what it is, but that date or that year keeps coming up over and over. So we'll see. What I really want is for the aliens to come here and just obliterate all the kid diddlers. Just like with the thought, be like, oh yeah, kid touchers, explode like in The Boys. That'd be great.
Do they do that in The Boys?
Well, there's the one character, she can make people's heads explode with a thought.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we give you your world back.
I don't think I've watched the last season.
You better, because the new one's coming out here real soon.
I just keep trying to watch it, and then like my kids will come in, and I'm like, yeah, I can't let you guys watch this. Just because there's so many scenes like fucking the guy with the octopus dick that would like
The prehensile cock.
yeah,
Or like the dude who shrinks down and goes into another dude's cock.
yeah,
And then sneezes.
goes into his dick hole and then fucking explodes.
Oh, what a great show.
Yeah, they should do that to all the pedos. Yeah, and there's a term that I learned within doing this research, pedivore.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
You're a pedophile and a carnivore?
No, you're a pedivore is somebody who strictly eats children.
Oh, got to get those jerky
So
deliveries,
like
huh?
Ellen DeGeneres, Hillary Clinton. I guess Hillary Clinton just wears their faces.
She seems about right.
Of course, these are all allegations that people have said online. I'm just repeating them. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I got to make sure to come up with a disclaimer for these videos to put in front, because there's been a few strikes recently on the old accounts.
Yeah.
There's one that I posted to TikTok basically saying like assisted suicide should be totally legal and fair everywhere for people who are minor attracted, and that clip got banned. It's like, oh, so we're in support of this or not? You know, I didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm sure it's just certain language, like the word fluicide, we'll say.
Yeah. It's so weird to me that we live in this world where we can't use words that actually have a real meaning to them. Like when we're talking about these things, we can't say words like suicide or rape or pedophilia or whatever. Like people have to disguise what they say online. It's grape, it's unaliving, it's PDF file.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like we live in America. We have the freedom of speech. Why are we being censored online for saying things that are awful?
Especially when you're talking in a context of like saying that these things are horrible and they're actually happening. Like, watch out for these certain things, and not glorifying it in any way. Like
we're standing against it firmly,
right?
Which is weird that big tech is like, no, we can't have you talking like that.
You can't even say the word.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is you support pedophiles.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
So I don't know. TikTok.
You gotta look at the people who own these companies like Meta and I guess it's all owned by Meta pretty much now.
I'm 100% in the idea that Meta owns TikTok. They just own it through a shell company.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was last year where it was like, oh, TikTok's going to be permanently shut down. Then the next day it's back up, but the ownership changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just owned by Zuckerberg now.
Sure. And if you look at Zuckerberg, what a weirdo, dude.
That's another clip that got banned.
It's because it's owned by Fuckerberg. Maybe he will disguise his name that way.
Why would an android, not a robot, an android need adrenochrome? Yeah, take that, AI.
So yeah, I do believe that these things are happening, and it's more prevalent than the public thinks. And these sick people need to be dealt with.
I have the perfect solution.
What is it?
It's, bullets come in boxes of 50.
Yeah.
I could take 50 at a time.
Yeah.
Well, first let's make them dig the hole and then stand next to the hole and just walk down the line. Pop, 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 pop. And then use a bulldozer to fill it in. We're done.
Yeah. Good.
Let's go get a Big Mac, boys.
Don't even dig a hole, like sky burial.
Just leave them out there and let the wolves handle it.
Yep. Let the buzzards feed.
The carrion.
That would be more along their beliefs, right?
It's
Getting eaten.
It's true. So one thing with the Red Shoe Club that I really kind of struggled with, because I've been having a weird conundrum with the Christian religion lately, where the Pope and all these other high-ranking officials, they wear their red shoes, especially the Pope. And I've been kind of going into this strange rabbit hole of Christianity is evil. I'm not saying it is, but looking at the evidence, it's kind of like... So the Catholic Church, the Vatican, is the biggest, most powerful entity in the world, essentially, because they have their hands in everything. And it's likely because they are not only in support, they're in supply of all these rich and powerful people, and not only supplying them, but protecting them and giving them the blessing to do these things.
Well, they also have the archives that house probably a lot of the occult ritual type stuff that you would need to have the information to do these things, or like have the information that talks about these rituals being performed in a way that gives you power, like occult practices, magic with a K. Mm-hmm. These dark rituals that have been performed for millennia.
Yeah. Well, even the Bible itself talks about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I really hate talking about it out loud, because it makes it seem like, I hate Christianity or Christians. I don't. But I think there's so much horse shit in the Bible that I go, you really believe this? And then, because Christianity is the religion of sacrifice. God himself sacrificed his only begotten son and called it love. That's not love. You wouldn't sacrifice your children out of love. I wouldn't. That's stupid.
Yeah, I would be more willing to sacrifice myself than the child.
That's how real love works.
Yeah.
So why are we looking at Christianity as the foothold, of good grace and purity, when there's a lot of evil shit in there?
Yeah. I think most religions can be looked at in that lens of what is it really that you want, that you're trying to say, and how are you viewing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just the bass-backwards nature of everything in the Bible. You look at Job, which was God's most faithful servant. He'd sacrifice 10 goats, one for each of his children.
And he got shit on the whole time.
And then he gets shit on. God killed all 10 of his children, flayed the skin off of his body, and Job still would not curse God. Fuck that, dude. That's awful. What lesson are you really teaching there?
Yeah, and I get the thing that's it's a lesson in faith. He kept his faith through whatever was given to him. He kept his faith, and that's what it's trying to say, but like at the same time, I wouldn't be that strong.
I really think it's teaching you more of servitude without question.
Yeah.
It's the faith aspect I do get, and I can appreciate it, but it's like God killed your children, ripped all the skin off of your body, and you're still just going to be beholden to him. Like, no, that's, I think, what more of this red shoe shit is teaching, that you need to be blindly subservient to the overlords, no matter what they put you through.
Well, I think that's definitely the tactic that organized religion uses to maintain control, in a understanding of you're doing it in subservient to God, instead of like I'm manipulating you to think that's what it is, where really it's something that I want you to do, but you have to do it because God says it.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
just like with all the celebrities, like Ricky Gervais, get up here and thank your God, thank your agent, and fuck off. And they all do, especially the ones that are highly suspect to being part of the cult.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
It is very sketchy. And you can look through like the past of these people who are now like out in the public domain of like known pedophilia or like known things, and they go up there and act like they're high and mighty.
Yeah.
And or try to tell you stuff on social media, like how to be and how to act and how to be a good person, you have to do what we tell you. Like, dude, you're a celebrity. Nobody gives a fuck what you think.
Sincerely could not give a shit less.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of fucking celebrities telling us what we should do and what we should think and how we should act and how we should vote. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
I really think that it's like a God complex of like when you get so rich and famous where you have so many people around you at some point that listen to everything that you say and almost worship you because they're being paid to be your servant, pretty much. You start to think, or they start to believe that they really are like more knowing and more knowledgeable than average people. And it's like, dude, nobody gives a fuck. Just sing your song and shut the fuck up.
Go make your movie and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, I think the celebrity culture has gotten so infectious that we as people are disconnected from ourselves and from each other. Because like we all know somebody who's very kind of indentured into the celebrity culture, and they talk about that as though they're talking about coworkers, you know? And it's like, these people don't give a shit about you. They don't even care if you go see their movie or listen to their song. They don't care about you. They're just trying to basically goad you into doing what they want you to do and think how they want you to think, because their masters are doing the same to them and their masters are doing the same to them.
Yep.
That's literally all it is. It's not about the art or anything like that. It's about supporting the system.
Yeah, they want to be in the club while they can still make their money.
That's it.
And that's it.
No, they just want to keep their spot.
Yeah.
What was it? There was another good one about the ritual sacrifice thing. I'm trying to think of which comedian it was, but this comedian was at the comedy club, and they're telling him, like, you can't go upstairs to the third floor or whatever it was. And he's like, okay, whatever, and there was like nobody there. Nobody was there doing sets or anything. He was just there kind of working out some material. And he went up to use the bathroom, and he ended up in that spot that he was not supposed to go in. But he like walked in and peeked around the curtain, and there's all these people wearing red robes and doing what looked like a ritual sacrifice. And he like panicked and he got the fuck out of there. But as he left, he could hear him like walking toward him. So he hid, and he's like hanging around this corner, and he sees all these people come out wearing their robes, and they take their robes off. And he listed off like 5 different people that were also celebrities and comedians and things like that. He's like, they never even saw me there. But that right there just shows you they're doing it right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Like it's happening in the building you're in, which makes you go, have I ever been in a building where there's been a ritual sacrifice, I wonder?
Probably. Benson Grist Mill.
We were on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, I think that it's, like I said, happens way more than we want to accept and that we want to admit out loud on a podcast.
Oh, don't worry. This episode's probably going to get taken down.
Yeah,
anyway.
fuck it. But yeah, I think it's something, it's so weird because if you look into it, it being such a crazy thing, there isn't a whole lot of information.
There's not, and that I think is the perfect control. There's just enough information still out there that you have a dot here and you have a dot here, and everybody else can connect it the way they want to, and then you just make them sound like they're crazy.
Yeah.
So there's not enough information to support Angelina Jolie to this Red Shoe Club, but there is enough there for you to go, there's a pathway to it. And then just everybody who talks about it just looks like they're bananas.
Yeah, but you could probably find pictures of her wearing red shoes.
Oh, I guarantee.
That doesn't mean anything. I have red shoes too.
I do too. You gave them to me.
But they're canvas. Mine are canvas.
You know what's funny is when I was doing the research for that and I was like listening to podcasts and I'm driving over to pick up my kid from school and I'm standing there at the front, and this kid walks past. He's got these like bright red Nikes. I was like, I'm going to kick the fuck out of this kid. Fucking pedo.
That's another thing. Like, what's his name? He had the Old Town Road rapper.
Lil Nas? Is that
Lil
it?
Nas X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demonic.
And it's like, you look at it like he had a song called Montero where he like dies and then goes to hell and becomes like Satan's bitch or something like that.
He's Satan's butt boy.
Yeah. Gross, dude. Fucking disgusting video. I don't care if he's gay or whatever, but like just being outwardly demonic is weird.
In everybody's face.
Yeah.
And it's not like a shock value Marilyn Manson kind of thing. It was like, no, this is what's really happening.
Yeah.
Versus, that kind of Marilyn Manson-esque mentality about shock value to get people to look at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. This was just blatant.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that and I went, this guy is 100% in the Illuminati or whatever the fuck it is. He is 100% part of it.
Yeah.
And that's a little tap of that soft disclosure.
And then he came out with a shoe design that were like Nike Air Maxes that had that bubble in the bottom that was filled with supposedly human blood. They said it was organic material, but it was like red liquid that was inside the bottom of these shoes. Taking that red shoe theory a step further.
What fucking organic liquid could it have been?
Yeah.
Was it like pus?
It was red.
Gross.
So I would say blood.
Have you ever noticed a lot of these celebrities, they have like a very normal kind of career trajectory, and then they have these almost like embarrassment rituals they have to go through. Mm-hmm. Like Sam Smith had a very normal career, and then he kind of came out as gay, and suddenly he's dressing in dresses and wearing pearls and shit like that. And all these celebrities have done it. Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum, all these guys, they have these weird like public outbursts where they're wearing dresses and shit, Harry Styles, and then they're in the club.
Yeah.
Like that has to be part of the ritual, is you have to go out in this public embarrassment stature.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a video talking about like celebrity transformation rituals, and it was talking like a lot about that, and you like looking at like Lady Gaga and all the weird stuff that she does, and then the Sam Smith thing where part of the ritual was doing that thing at the Grammys or whatever, his performance, pretty much showing a satanic ritual on TV, like Lil Nas X and all these celebrities that do these weird fucking things. And like you said, it like their rise to fame starts out as normal, and all of a sudden they do this really weird thing to go through this transformation, and all of a sudden they're like this huge mega superstar.
Yeah.
So,
and it's even it's even funnier to put it through the lens that they have that rise and then this event, and then they are in the upper stratosphere of pop culture, but they're not even that talented. Like, look at Harry Styles. He's not that good of an actor. He's definitely not that good of a musician, but he can do whatever he wants now because he made that sacrifice.
yeah.
And it's like, it's right here in front of all of us.
Yeah.
But we just look at it as, oh, he's having a meltdown, or, oh, it's a fashion thing. No, it's not. It's a ritualistic embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like, you were probably turned into somebody's bitch. Now you have to be a bitch in public. Then you can be part of the club.
Yeah.
You get your secret Dakota ring.
And you see people who are kind of on the rise, and then their career kind of just like flatlines. And sometimes those people come out and say, yeah, I was offered to do certain things, but I had to do certain things for it, and I wasn't willing to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, good for you, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll support you even more now.
Yeah, I think those actors who come out, especially with, allegations and shit like that, and then their career just like goes dead, whatever they do, I'll give it a watch or a listen or whatever, just because those people had the integrity to stand up and say no.
Yeah.
Like, this is not how the system should be built.
Yeah. Makes me wonder if I would have the strength to do that. Say no.
You would.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not interested in sucking that cock or crack pipe, so.
The way I look at it is, I lived my whole life pretty normal. And the things we do with this or YouTube or whatever, if none of it ever takes off because I'm unwilling to compromise my values, that's okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat a baby to get 1 million views on any of these things.
That would be the worst, is if you like put yourself through all these awful things that you didn't want to do just to be like YouTube famous.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, there's no real accolades and shit, and you don't even make that much money. Because like, not everybody's got Mr. Beast money. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be the worst. It's kind of like when this is going to be misogynistic. Like when women show their bodies on social media and they get a lot of likes and follows, but it's like you'll have like Instagram and TikTok are part of the, the upper end ones, but then there's the women who are still like struggling on fucking Snapchat because they're on the bottom end.
Yeah.
So they're like selling themselves for thousands of views, but these women are getting millions of views because they chose the right platform.
It's weird, that whole like, I see a lot of things come across my feed, and it's like, mostly now, like, it's political shit, like with everything going on in the world right now. And there'll be like people talking about political stuff, but there's like a few of them that I've seen where it's like they're talking about political stuff, but there was one girl that was like talking about like the war that's going on in Iraq right now, but she was like sitting on this couch with her feet like up like this, just kind of spread like this, wearing these super tight like yoga pants,
Airing it out, huh?
airing out her whole idea, her whole ideology, I guess.
Her vast chasm of knowledge.
Yeah. and I was just like, whoa. And so I just like clicked on the comments to see if anybody else was like, and that's like everything that like nobody was talking about what she was actually talking about. It was just talking about like her sitting like that and what she's trying to do. And it was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. But like at the same time, she was saying something that was real, but trying to get attention through using her body. And it was just like, why?
If what you have to say is that important and profound, let it stand on its own two legs.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? It's so weird. I struggle with the whole idea of the way people try to be social media popular. And to me, it doesn't make sense because you're getting these small dopamine hits of all these likes and comments and things like that. But what are you really getting out of it? It doesn't pay off my fucking house.
Right.
You know, shit like that. So I give more credence to women on OnlyFans than I do women on social media who are giving it away for free in a way. Because it's like, you know what you got and you know you can make money off of it, and it will help your future.
Maybe she does have an OnlyFans. I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
she's just like doing that on the side to get people to see who she is and then click on her link tree or whatever it is.
Could be.
I don't know. I didn't look into it.
It's an interesting paradigm, but I think it's something that the pendulum needs to swing on the other way, where we can have things be more fruitful, because you see young women growing up and they see, you know, these are influencers. They have no particular talent or skill. They're just nice to look at. And I would rather younger generations of women not look up to that and idealize that.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
It is.
Granted, I'm not going to just like not look when I scroll to it, you know. Like, oh, nice tits.
Let me mute that.
I will tell you though, this is a side tangent. There's one thing that I see on social media, and it's sometimes from men, but mostly from women, and I fucking can't stand it. It's the women that'll start like a TikTok or a live video or a post or whatever, and they start it and they're like, hey guys, and then they start eating, and then they're standing there chewing and like, so I was thinking, so the other day I went to the mall and I'm like, dude, I will kill you. Knock that shit off.
No eating.
No, nobody wants to look at your social media and see you fucking eating.
I don't know. I have a strange thing with people eating, like mukbang videos.
I'll watch a mukbang that's different.
Yeah.
Don't come on here and
Talk while you're eating.
pretend you're about to say some profound shit and then start eating a fucking burrito. It's obnoxious.
What kind of burrito are we talking about?
I couldn't tell. If you were there talking about the burrito, I could get it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go on some tangent about the fucking parking line at school while you're eating a burrito, it just pisses me off.
Yeah, all that stuff is weird to me. Why that is like a thing, and how did it become a thing? Like mukbang videos, and
I'll indulge in a mukbang video if it's food I really want.
yeah,
Because like when you'll see like some little Asian chick has got one of those crab claws that's this fucking big, and I'm like,
bigger than her head.
heavy breathing.
Where the fuck did you get that? Yeah,
I need like 10 of those right now.
I hate those, but I watch them all the time.
Dude, same. Or the one guy that we both watch, where he always makes like ramen with different shit.
Yeah,
And he puts like a pound of chopped up green onions in it.
yeah,
It's the same shit every fucking video, and I watch every single one of them.
yeah. Like, fuck, man, ramen does sound good right now.
Dude, he put that egg in there though. I want to know what that like pre-made crab thing is.
Yeah, as long as they're not putting like baby meat inside, I'll definitely watch.
Hey guys, today we're gonna do a mukbang, but it's special. We have some canes and babies.
Whole baby, roasted baby. Just gnawing on a baby leg.
It's like the South Park thing with Christopher Reeve, where he went from being a quadriplegic to a paraplegic, and he's on like David Letterman. He's like, how'd you do it? He's like, stem cells. And he takes out a fetus. See, even those guys knew.
Yeah. Poking fun at the what's really going on. Make it a joke.
I think they've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah.
Because they'll come off with some banger episodes and you're like, that's funny. And then you put it through the lens of these things we look at and you're like, they know some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that just kind of like Disclosure, with where they just put like little Easter eggs of stuff, that things that they can't say, but they're going to make it into a joke so that it's out there. And it's like,
Take the piss out of it.
yeah.
I think what we need to do, I thought about this way more deeply than I should have, is we need to find a person and curate them to be like this amazing actor and have them infiltrate Hollywood and like build up this amazing, impressive career. But the whole time they're doing that, they're collecting evidence on all this shit. And then they're just going to come out and expose everybody.
Should write the script.
Well, just make it a comedy and nobody will believe it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, dude, you're Brad Pitt eats babies. Didn't you guys know? And then there's Brad Pitt. That's not true.
Just splicing clips of them like out of context.
But it's like the real evidence because he like has cameras and shit everywhere. I think we got to
copywritten.
Yeah, it's just a fictional story, not a real thing.
Yeah, kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Do you think Leo eats babies?
He does look young still for an older gentleman. That adrenochrome fucking hits, dude.
It does, and not dating anybody over 25, I'm sure, has some youthful effects. All that, all those Diddy parties he went to, all that 2C.
He's getting fresh stem cells.
Fresh, on tap.
Not like sitting on the shelf for a long time. Just
I don't want no jerky delivery. I want it fresh.
He gets his pizzas delivered fresh.
That was the other thing to bring up. And I should have brought my notebook because I had the names in there. But there was the family was on vacation. And they had 3 girls. They had a set of twins, and then the other girl, she was like 6 or something. They're staying at this house, and then the parents go out to dinner, and then the oldest girl goes missing. They never found her. But these people were tied heavily to the Podesto brothers, or the Molesto brothers, whatever you want to call them. But it's widely believed they're part of that Red Shoe Club because of that big wiki leak of emails, and Podesto's emails came out, John Podesta, and it was all the mentions to Pizzagate and things like that. And then that culminated into a whole slew of fuckery, which we'll have to talk about at another time. But then there's also the whole John Podesta, Chester Bennington link. So it's kind of widely believed that that little girl was a sacrifice to the Podesta brothers, who were part of the Red Shoe Club. And the family was paid a lucrative sum of money.
Crazy.
And I wish I could remember their names and the locations, but it's been like a week or two since I looked into all this. But the whole time listening to the story and knowing who John Podesta is and who he's connected to, and all of the rumors that fly around with him, is like 100%.
Yeah.
That family sold their little girl to these sick fucks.
Which makes them sick fucks also.
Yep. Somebody should take away the other 2 daughters while they can.
Yeah. They're probably too old now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. They made it.
Teenagers? Disgusting.
Tainted meat. Gross.
Yeah, that's awful.
Anyways, all of this is hearsay.
We're here and we said it.
We're here and we said it.
That counts.
Keep your eyes open. Watch for these sick fucking things that are going on around all of us all the time. There are way more sick fucking people out there than I even want to think about. Like, it's gross.
I have to say the one thing that shouldn't have to be said: protect your children.
Yeah.
It's not fucking hard. And what's just as bad about that is it's not just the rich and the powerful and the elite. Sometimes it's your neighbors, your friends, your family members.
Yeah.
Protect your children.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times it's not like a ritualistic thing where the occult practices just sick fucks doing sick shit.
Yes. And it's all gross, and we should just all of them. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them. Mm-hmm. And the people who have been victims, we need to get them the help so they do not become perpetrators themselves, which is what happens most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times.
So the Red Shoe Club is real.
It is.
They are the upper echelon of society. The rich, the powerful, the wealthy, the Gettys, the Rothschilds.
The Pantaveret.
Basically anybody who has who owns a big chunk of BlackRock.
Yeah.
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 Which BlackRock owns everything.
They own everything.
They own Hexcel.
Yeah. I mean, part of my 401k portfolio is in BlackRock, which I'm like, fuck. I want to take it out of there. And just because we can, us as society, we can change things if we just put our money in things that we can trust. But who do you trust?
Yeah, it's really hard to give up a safety net. It's kind of like there was a push online for about 4 seconds where a lot of people online are saying we should all just not file our taxes this year. Everybody just don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's in protest of wasteful government spending, or spending on a war that nobody wants right now, or spending to take care of Israel, which none of us want either. So a lot of these people are like, don't file. But then the consequences come down, and it's like, sure, if all of us didn't file, we might be able to get away with it. But how many people are going to be like the kind of scabs and be like, I have to file. I can't give up the safety.
Yeah.
But if, was it Benjamin Franklin said, if you're willing to give up or give up freedom for safety, you deserve neither. So at some point we have to figure out where the line is. We have to figure out how we can all stand together and stop this.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are like, investment groups and stuff like that who are outside of this mainstream system that you can utilize. I've looked into it a little bit, but I didn't really delve deeply because I was really trying to like get funds into some avenues that were not perpetuating this whole shitstorm that we're seeing now.
Yeah. Basically, every company on the Fortune 500 list, do not invest in.
Yeah.
That's going to be your safest bet.
Yeah. Which is hard. I mean, it's a huge risk, but like, if everybody does it, we can change shit.
Yeah. And
get that money flowing in a different direction.
That's the first hit. Hit them in the wallet.
Yeah.
The second hit is once we know who did it and we have proof, take those people outside and saw their fucking head off in public.
Yeah. Public execution.
Yeah. And make them brutal. Make them awful. It's hard because I believe very much in truth and justice, but at some point you have to forgo that to do what actually has to be done. And so some system has to be created to avoid tyranny, to avoid just being like, oh, hey, I don't like you, so I'm going to put you on the pedo list and I could justify killing you. Mm-hmm. It has to be proof. And I hate to say, there has to be a trial. That's the way our system is built. That's the way it should stay. And that's the way it should work. But punishment is not predicated on having a trial. So once you're found guilty, leave it up to the people to decide how to handle you. I think that's the best way.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the system would have to change too, because these people are so rich and powerful that they control the whole, they just buy a not guilty verdict.
Yeah. And that's where, yes, the system does have to change. Everything needs to be third party, not in your own state. Like if, let's say Bill Gates is finally found that he's done all these things and they put him on trial. You cannot put him on trial in California or New York. He'd have to be on trial in a Midwestern state where he's going to get a fair jury.
Yeah, like Arizona or some shit. Sedona.
Where they're all just like holding their crystal. Yeah, he's a sick fuck. Yeah. Just kill him.
Hang him.
Hang him.
Hang him.
I was thinking like
burn her.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Where all those dudes would just be like, yep, string him up. You're guilty.
Yeah.
Not everybody from Kansas is like that.
Well, I think we've solved something here today.
I think we solved that There's a lot of sick fucks. And this one was difficult because there is not a lot of information. But there's enough pieces that we were able to throw out that maybe somebody listening can maybe have another perspective and see how this piece links to this and this to this. So
Yeah.
I figured that was going to be the purpose.
Yeah, I looking into it, it was like, man, there's so many stretches here that like we have to make this leap of assumption, but the evidence for these things being real, especially with the files coming out, you know, it's something that we can't ignore, and it's something
I agree.
that has to be dealt with and has to be talked about, even though we're probably going to get another strike or banned or whatever.
I can just keep creating accounts.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. I'll probably put it on Rumble and they'll be okay with it.
Probably.
They're okay with just about everything over there. But yeah, kind of doing the research into this, it was listening to a lot of other people talk. There's just a lot of conjecture to make a leap from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. So I immediately just threw a lot of that stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like there's a lot of videos, especially on TikTok, where they can't come out and say, they don't come out and say things. They just allude to all these things because they don't want to get banned or they don't want to get a strike or whatever. And so, like I said, it is a lot of like, they're alluding to something, but they don't come out and say it. We came out and said it. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, dude, I'll just make another channel and then I will make a video about how that channel got shadow banned because we were talking about sick people and how that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And if you want to go out of your way to silence us for saying that, you're in direct support of that. So fuck them.
Fuck them.
Kill them all. Metallica album. Doctor.
Doctor.
Protect your children.
Bye.